And this mountain is a $1 billion nuclear bunker.
I don't give a shit.
What I don't understand is how the YouTubers with the most boring content get so massive. Like that Donaldson fellow, he gains like 1 million every time I check up on his channel, which is probably daily now, but that's only because I want to see how big a number on YouTube can get. He must be doing something right though, I swear to you. I just don't know. I mean, his editing is leaps and bounds above mine. I'm just doing the best with what I have right now. Currently, Kale-Idle-Scope isn't doing the greatest when it comes to getting recognized. The number has dropped by a few increments lately, but I am going to let it slide for now because, and I kind of hate to admit this, but in the past I've had this mediocre habit of resubscribing to myself whenever I shrink. I'm actually very surprised that it's that easy to do that. Like, why does YouTube let you create so many accounts? And theoretically, that does also mean that I could technically create like 50 plus accounts just to give me a huge boost. But come on guys, I ain't that cheap. So yeah, unless it drops like a huge amount, I think I'm just gonna accept it. It's just that growth is tough whenever you're a smaller guy. Like, I go out in the world and mention KS to a number of people, and many of them don't seem too interested. Which is fair enough. I mean, if you had no context on who I was, then yeah, I can see how one would think, oh man, look at that dweeb trying to promote his channel. Not watching. I think I get it. But for those of you who took the risk in clicking on my stuff anyway, I really do thank you. You have found true art. So today, in honor of the 100th edited blog, seriously, it took this long to get there, I should have just started that way. I am here to talk about YouTube and how it can survive as long as possible. And I was planning on doing an episode based on YouTube as a whole in February of 2023 for its 18-year anniversary. It was going to be called GrownTube. Get it? Because it's grown up? Shut the piss up. I couldn't figure out what to talk about at the time, so I think this is another example of waiting for the right moment to make a video instead of trying to rush it out. And besides, I like the name ClickBeast better than GrownTube. Like, for one, that sounds kind of gross, and two, it's a combination of Mr. Beast and clickbait. But every now and then I get anxious about the day that YouTube will die, which, I mean, let's face it, it will likely be during my lifetime. But I really don't think there's a need to worry about it yet, because there are still tons and tons of human beings that rely on YouTube for their job and for entertainment purposes. The site might be 20 years old now, but that's how you know that they've been having a good run. I think I'm going to go ahead and bet that for at least 10 more years, YouTube will be a thing. And besides, even when the day does come when we have to say goodbye, I'm sure likely there will be another site or platform, whatever it is by then, that will be very similar to YouTube. It'll just likely have different owners and different elements, different rules and stuff, but overall, basically the same.
Welcome to Dark Souls, bitch!
But imagining Kale-Idle-Scope on anything other than YouTube, aside from the Idle-Scope expansion, that would be weird since a lot of its DNA stems from here. But hey, I'm sure we'll make the transition perfectly fine. We'll figure something out, I'm sure. Actually, somebody I know used to like to harass me about my videos, saying he'd take my identity and all the things I've uploaded and post them to TikTok or anywhere else, and they would get more views there.
So, you wanna talk some shit, huh, Baldy? Son of a bitch!
You know, even as a joke, that's kind of not cool, but we will leave it in the past. If something like that ever did happen, that would only ever be a fan-made project, and it would not officially be affiliated with Kale-Idle-Scope. And besides, I would do everything in my power to try to report that fuckface. As of now, and until the day that YouTube goes downtown, you can only find my videos here. And it's been that way since the beginning. But YT just seems to keep on getting bigger and bigger with constant new features, additions, improvements, stuff like that. Like just the other day, I discovered what hype points were. Or at least I discovered that they were a thing. I still haven't quite comprehended what they mean yet, but give it some time, I'm sure it'll come to me eventually. Some people aren't really a fan of these new changes and just want to go back to the old YouTube. You know, the good old days when you can rate a video with stars and crap. That would have been before I came along, but I've been watching YouTube since probably 2010 or something, probably when I shouldn't have been watching it, but I watched it anyway. Just kidding. I mean, I did watch it, but that reaction was... For example, a lot of people were probably frustrated with YouTube when they made the decision to make the dislikes not visible unless it's your own video. Those dislikes haven't been visible for close to 4 years now, so I really don't think this is the best example I could pick to discuss, but I think though, in its benefit, it helps people to get more views since they can't just make their assumptions based off the dislikes and be like, oh, there's more dislikes than likes, I'm not gonna watch it. So honestly, it actually was kind of a good move in some ways. Just like how I learned not to read the comment section until I'm done watching the video, because often they spoil crap that's in the video. That's a decision I had to make for myself. It wasn't a change on YouTube's part. It's just something I learned the hard way. But we'll talk more about comments a little bit towards the end of the video. Like I've mentioned a Google and one times, my old videos are pretty bad. That's a tick, isn't it, to just keep bringing that up over and over and over again. But I never actually did go through this in full detail. I have my own private spreadsheet on every BBM video ranked from worst to best. In the past, I have tried my damnedest to share what I have found to be good episodes and bad episodes. And it's kind of interesting to go back to 3 years ago and seeing what I thought was good then and what was acceptable. And these days I've even made a playlist on a personal account that is anything that's above average, you know? It'll never be perfect and there are gonna be people that watch the shit, but I'm just trying to at least help. I can't make you drink the water, but I can lead you to it. And because it's so inconsistent what I think is a bad episode, an okay episode, or a pretty solid episode, I can't share the spreadsheet with you guys. There's always going to be episodes that go all over the place on the spreadsheet, on the list from worst to best. It jumps up and down all the time. All I really can do is give rough estimates that as of now, because, you know, there might be an episode I like that I don't in the future, and the future might even bring its own crappy episodes that we don't know, because I'm only human, and I'm gonna make mistakes, but right now, I believe there's about 47 episodes that are below average. And even then, that's just below average. If average isn't your thing, and you want something even better than that, there's going to be more episodes you're not going to want to watch. But the point is, the below average episodes are enough to fill the first 3 seasons entirely. What a bunch of smelly cans of vaginas those videos were. But I just assumed that taking the casual approach back then was the right way to go. And maybe it was. But with somebody with a huge amount of ADHD and who gets distracted so often, I kind of did screw over half the episodes that existed before they started getting edited in February of 2021. I did kind of know how to edit, just not very well. But yeah, most of the changes that YouTube is making don't bother me that much, and I welcome new ideas to the table. One thing I think they really actually do need to start doing, though, within the next few years, is to label the stuff that's made entirely with AI. That crap is becoming too damn realistic. When BBM first started, AI wasn't really... I mean, it was a thing, but it was nowhere near on the same level as it is today. Some people use AI to their advantage to create stuff faster, but then we have the stuff that's just AI. And if that's gonna happen, they need to start letting us know, because like I just said, it's becoming super realistic. Some people believe that robots and humans will have the same level of intelligence in the future. Even to the point that a lot of people are gonna start dating robots. I mean, it's your decision if you want to marry a computer, in the same way that getting piercings all over your face and body and everywhere is a decision, but that just raises a question. A very, very huge question. Why? Why would you do that? It looks painful as fuck. Maybe not marrying a computer would be painful unless, we're not even gonna go there. Machines are machines. There may come a day where they can react and do everything that a human can do. Like, for example, if I did this to my laptop, it wouldn't flinch, but in the future, if I did it to a robot, they'd be like, whoa! But remember, they're still just machines. They can't think if they don't have an organic brain. They also cannot feel emotions. Even if they react to certain situations, they're still just computers. They are only programmed to do what they have been told to do.
So here's where we run into a problem. I asked several very intelligent people if they thought that artificial intelligence should have human rights. Virtually every one of them said no. And when I asked them why, the response was usually something to do with the fact that they didn't have flesh and blood. As if that matters, the fact that they were intelligent and sentient really didn't have any effect on their decision.
I can't say yes, and I can't say no. We'll just have to wait till the day comes when the robots really do feel like they're part of us, but just remember, they will never be alive. I would never consider dating a huge wad of metal like that. It could be normal in the future, but I'm still not gonna do it. And besides, right now, the AI is still kind of in the infancy stages. We need to be able to know the difference between stuff that was made with computers versus actual thinking people. So yeah, if YouTube wants to last longer, they're probably going to need to do that. That was really the only main issue I had with the boom of this rising technology, but there are a few smaller things that I think they should have already done by now. Like, for example, why don't the comments have actual dates on them? Like, why can't we view the exact day that a comment was posted? All it says is 3 years ago. That's pretty vague. There's 365 possibilities that could be. I feel like nothing's stopping them from adding a date to the comments, because I like to keep track of time. And speaking of which, you know what really irks me on YT? The shorts. I think now in this episode is the perfect opportunity to mention that there will never be shorts on Kale-Idle-Scope. There have been many videos in the past, like videos less than a minute long, but those are long dead. The requirement is a video on Kale-Idle-Scope has to be at least a minute long, no matter what category it is. But there's a few reasons why the shorts are not an option here. Firstly, they are only viewable in vertical mode, and that shit sucks. Secondly, they count towards the total video count, but they're in their own separate tabs. What's even the point? Why can't we, have them grouped in their own categories? Like, for example, 130 videos, 50 shorts, and 20 live streams. And then put a total at the bottom that says 200. Make it more organized. Like, come on. And thirdly, the most irritating, the one that I cannot comprehend whatsoever, you can't even view when a short has been posted to YouTube. At least, not that I know of. I've tried, and I can't find a way to view it, and it shouldn't be that hard. What in the holy universe of God, piss, gravy, and a billion other things is that about? The regular videos and live streams actually show when they have been posted. Like the live streams show the day that they started. That pisses me the piss off. What's even the point? Not everybody takes time and dates seriously like I do, but since it's my channel, those are the 3 reasons, most notably that last one, why you will never see shorts on Kale-Idle-Scope. Definitely not here. You can find them other places, but not here. But I think I've spoken enough. There's probably more going on behind the scenes at YouTube. They probably should be fixing or changing or just stopping downright entirely. But you know, that's about all I'm gonna mention for now, so you guys have a nice day.